Hello everybody. This is gonna be another FNAF Security Breach, not review, but I'm just gonna talk about a theory that I've been hearing a lot of. And I just wanted to talk about it and give you my thoughts about it. So yeah. And I just want to say one thing. For the previous FNAF Security Breach, rant, commentary, frog reviews, thank you so much for the views, I guess. It doesn't really mean anything, I got like no subscribers from it, but I guess it's still cool. That took me like literally 2 hours to make that. It's funny. Like, it took so long to download. It's funny. So, what I'm going to be talking about, you probably already saw in the title, is security, I'm stupid. Is Gregory a robot? Now, I think this theory is stupid. Like, really, really stupid. But I don't know where this started. I don't think MatPat started it. Was it from Reddit? Maybe it was from Reddit. I don't know. But the theory is that since Gregory sees Vanny and like static or whatever comes up, kind of like in old cameras or something like that, which led people to believe, oh, Gregory is a robot, and I think MatPat made this theory that Michael is Glamrock Freddy, and I just think that's so stupid and weird. Now the story in Security Breach is already fucked up. Like, I don't even know if you can fix that. The story's just crazy. It doesn't make any sense. Sorry, there's cat hair in my mouth. Now, my thoughts on the Gregory robot. Now, I've seen so many theories to them pointing to it, and I can totally see if Steel Wool says that, yeah, Gregory is a robot, let's continue. I can totally see that happening, where Gregory is actually a robot, and I would be so mad if that is true. It would be so stupid though. Like, the protagonist in every FNAF game has been like a human, and they don't get fleshed out characters. But in Security Breach, this is kind of the first ever actual fleshed out character that we get of a human. And also, I'm not talking about the books. The books are stupid. They don't make any sense with the canon in this series. So, and Gregory, I felt like that it was a good choice to flesh out this child, seeing as we played grown-ups in the other games, and we did play child once before, the crying child. And now that we get to play a child again and fight back against the animatronics, kinda, that's kinda cool. But it takes the whole point away if Gregory's an animatronic, which doesn't make any sense. As who built Gregory? Like, I want a person who believes Gregory is a robot, like a big supporter of that, to tell me who built Gregory. If you say Henry, I'm gonna say Henry's dead, because he is. If you say William, I'm gonna say William is dead. He's in the basement of the Pizzaplex or whatever. If you say Michael or some shit, Michael's dead. like, I could go for a part 2 rant, actually, of Security Breach, to be honest. I feel like they lost the point of the franchise, of the main character being a relatable person in this place or whatever that... What's it called? God dang it. Whatever. I forgot what it's called. But I don't know what I'm getting at anymore. I just don't like that Gregory may be a robot. It just doesn't make sense in the story about who built them. There's like millions of plot holes. And when Vanny goes to Gregory and we see the static, I personally believe that's just a horror, not a horror trope, a horror, like to make this scene more scary, like kind of like how they add suspenseful music if animatronic comes after you, kind of like that, but with static or something. And it doesn't even make any sense if Vanny is by Gregory. Like, what does she have that makes Gregory's like face static? That it doesn't make any sense. What makes his face static? Or eye static? Whatever. Does she have like I got this remote chip that connects wirelessly to any internet source or some shit? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Man. I guess I'll talk about Michael theory. Since I can't think of anything else for Gregory. I think the Michael theory is also stupid because I just want to say the ending of Security Breach is so ass. I am sorry. I'm just gonna go after that and then talk about Michael. The ending is so ass. I'm sorry, but it's true. The truth hurts sometimes. How Gregory and... Actually, if Gregory was a robot, why couldn't William Burntrap control Gregory, huh? Like, what? Why can't he control him or whatever? I don't know. And also, wouldn't Burntrap see his son if Gregory's the crying child robot thing? Like, wouldn't he notice, like, oh, my son, the crying child. Oh my god, I thought you died years ago. Or some shit like that. Like, what? And the ending where they bring back from Pizzeria Simulator, Burntrap, William Afton or whatever, and the Blob Monster, that includes all the previous animatronics. I think that is such an ass idea. The main point of Pizzeria Simulator is ending the franchise, the previous phase, the first phase. It's ending that. It's ending all the characters we literally see at the end, and probably the greatest scene in Five Nights at Freddy's. All these characters burning, forgetting the memories of all these characters, and ending the first phase of all these characters. And I might make a video on this of what I want or what I hoped for after Pizzeria Simulator. But when we get introduced to a new murderer, it's not a new murderer. It's still William Afton. In Help Wanted, we get Glitchtrap, which is William Afton. William Afton's dead. He doesn't need to come back. He did his shit, and he did his shit. That's it. He did his shit. He doesn't need to come back and take another shit because we don't want him to. We don't need him to. It doesn't make sense. He's not relevant. So it would be kind of cool if a murderer, a new one came up, called Vanessa or Vanny or some shit, I don't know, and not Glitch Trap, seducing Vanny to become the dark side or some shit like that. Like, what else? And it just, bringing back Burn Trap in the Blob takes away the whole entire point of Pizzeria Simulator. Literally the end of the franchise, in my opinion. How it tied up all the loose things. It literally did. Ugh. What else? Ugh. And also, people saying that Michael is Glamrock Freddy, I think that's really weird. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, is his soul in him or some shit? Like, that doesn't make any sense either. Michael's dead, and so is Henry. And if Michael is Freddy, yeah, that it just doesn't make any sense of what his actions are and how he doesn't remember his memory or some shit. I don't even know why Freddy's all glitchy in the game and all that. Like, that's still a mystery. I don't even know what it's about. I think it's just to make him different so he doesn't get hypnotized or some shit by Vanny to kill Gregory. I don't know. This game is just so bad. And this is coming from probably the biggest FNAF fan in my school or some shit. I don't know. Like, I'm a huge fan and I'm super disappointed by this game. When I first saw the teaser, I was like, oh, cool, another FNAF game. And then it gained the hype. Then it fucked off and got delayed. And they were fucking off or some shit. And I'm like, oh my god. And it just got super annoying. And FNAF Plus, like the remake or whatever, made by some dude, I forgot his name. Not Scott Cawthon. Me seeing that stuff, I think that was kind of cool at first. But then when I heard him talk about like Security Breach and how he's like, I'm no longer a fan of this franchise. I am no longer a fan, so this is my game that I'm making. Personally, my game. And I'm gonna fix every loose ties and anything like that and make this my own game. When he said that, I felt really weird. Like, man, dude, you're not a fan then. I don't even know if I'm even hyped about FNAF Plus now. Because when I looked at kind of like the story about this kid going into this restaurant, I'm like, this reminds me of Hello Neighbor. Shit. Like, some of the visuals are okay. The designs are ass. Yeah, they're ass. They don't need clothes. Like, Chica's okay. Bonnie is okay. Freddy. Like, I understand that he's making his own story, but still, you can't branch off too far from the timeline. I don't know what else to say. Five Nights at Freddy's used to be so good. I understand that new fans are coming to the franchise, and I think that's cool. But kind of like with the Monsterverse right now with Godzilla, people never knew who Godzilla was back in 1954. Like, right now they don't know who he is, and they don't know about the first Godzilla movie, Godzilla 2014. They may know what Kong Skull Island is, but when Godzilla King of the Monsters came out, they were like, oh, this looks like a cool monster movie. And when they saw that, they became fans. But they didn't know about the previous stuff, the previous information that you need to know to understand the movie. And so that's how I feel like what's going on with Five Nights at Freddy's right now. And I feel like that the franchise is succeeding. It's gaining money. But at the same time, it's still losing. It's going too far into the wacky kid horror. And I don't want that to happen. What made Five Nights at Freddy's so good wasn't for like the kids or whatever. I believe like Scott knew what he had and the potential of what he can do with it. And so he did what he wanted to do with the games. And when people didn't like it, he would usually fix it up. Like in FNAF 3, people said, oh, the game's not scary. Like, how can this be the end of the franchise? So Scott was thinking, oh shit, now I gotta make another game. This game is gonna be the scariest. And personally, I do think FNAF 4 is the scariest. I think that game is amazing. Probably the second best FNAF game, I don't know. And I believe people were thinking like, oh, this story kind of is weird and we don't understand it or some shit. So Scott made Sister Location, which is the best game in the franchise. And then he made Pizzeria Simulator and Ultimate Custom Night. And then, yeah, yada yada. I feel like the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise is going downhill. Yet it's still rising. Mainly because I think of these communities out there. Like I do have a name for it, but I don't really have a good description for these communities. Let's just say the Twitter communities. Like this community that supports LGBTQ, they always say, oh, I remember that. I used to grow up with that. But they actually didn't. Groups like that are so... Generation Z? Or whatever. What's it called? This generation is so fucked up. That's what I'm talking about. How they see stuff and how they're so childish and they don't understand anything. How they're becoming so stupid with TikTok. That's what I'm talking about. The generation, what's this generation called? Is it Generation Z? Yeah, Gen Z. Gen Z just can't handle anything. It's just sad, man. I feel like it's so sad to see this franchise be so good with the games in the past. With Scott Cawthon doing all this stuff. And now seeing the community now of Generation Z, that they say that they grew up with the games, but they didn't. And say that all these things that aren't real. And seeing them expose Scott Cawthon, but not really, and made him retire. I feel like that was the final pin in the coffin or whatever that made him retire. Because I can tell that Scott Cawthon, making this franchise, he loved it. He loved making it. He loved making it for the fans, all that stuff. But when it came down to the people that didn't like it, from what he got, it hurt. And so he kept on getting all this stuff, like, is Mango a boy or a girl? And these fans, and when, I believe, 2021 rolled around, and everyone was getting canceled, and when it got to Scott Cawthon, he was like, you know what? I can't handle this no more. I'm still gonna be part of the franchise, but I'm retiring and I'm giving the franchise to somebody else. I felt like that was the final pin. or something. I don't know. I'm just going on a rant, really. This franchise is going downhill. The fans are getting stupider. The stories are getting simpler and stupider. Losing the point. Now, if the DLC... I personally don't think they should make a DLC, actually. I don't even know what they're gonna do, actually. And that's not a good thing. Like, they have nothing leading up to anything in the franchise. Like... Sorry. Like, we see the Blob and Gregory. I mean, Blob and Burntrap. Blob takes Burntrap, but we don't see anything else that happens. We don't get anything to the next story. We don't see what happens to Gregory and Freddy. Like, wouldn't Freddy die? Like, he has no recharge station. The place burned down. Wouldn't some detectives come in and like realize what's going on or some shit? There's like no lead up to like a DLC. Now, if this DLC is like the Curse of Dreadbear, where it's like all fun, but it has lead up to the next story, then I'm totally okay with that. If it's like mini games and all that or some shit, I'm totally okay with that. That would be cool. But still, I don't think I want to continue this rant. I'm kind of tired. I'm not sick or anything, but... Okay, I will say I'm making two more FNAF videos or some shit. I don't know. One is gonna be what I want for the future of FNAF. Now I'm gonna be like fixing up Help Wanted and Security Breach, like their stories or some shit, and how I wanted like Vanny to happen or some shit. I don't know, and all that. And then maybe after that, my FNAF video would be my own FNAF movie script. I'm like writing this right now. I think it's okay. It's just that the thing about the franchise is that there's so many plot holes, and trying to put them together into one movie is kind of hard. Like, it's kind of hard. So yeah, that's basically what I guess I have to say today. It'd be cool if you subscribed. I just got 60. I'm not gonna make a stupid video saying, "Oh my god, thank you guys. I love you all. You are my fans. Oh my god." I'm not gonna make a stupid video like that, but I guess that's cool. Personally, I think the views are better, because it shows that people may return or actually watch my content. The subscribers don't really mean anything. I can obviously tell that people aren't watching these videos, but whatever. Maybe I'll make a rant on YouTube next. But yeah, this has been my video about just Five Nights at Freddy's in general. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want. If you made it all the way here, like the video, and yeah, goodbye.